And we welcome you to our Bird Notes. Dwight Davis with you this morning. You've heard the old proof: if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, etc. Well, cormorants do not really look like ducks, except very superficially, nor do they quack. Rather, they make a few grunting and squawking noises. But the uninformed sometimes declare them ducks. Others unknowingly compare them to seagulls, even wider of the mark, or geese, which they vaguely resemble, in part because of cormorants' habits of flying in a V formation. So what is a cormorant? It's essentially a large, dark, web-footed, fish-eating bird, with some 30 species spread around the world and a fossil history reaching back 40 or 50 million years. In our area, the family is represented by the double-crested cormorant, a very common bird likely to be seen in fresh as well as salt water. It's a glossy black bird up to about 3 feet long with a 4-foot wingspread, webbed feet with a long beak with a hook on the end. Any color on the double-crested cormorant is provided by a bare yellow-orange throat patch. The double crest of the name is rarely seen. It's just a bit of shagginess about the head at breeding time. The name cormorant is reportedly an English corruption of the Latin corvus marinus, or sea crow. The bare patches on the head are responsible for the scientific genus name, Falcocrocorax, meaning literally bald raven. The species name for the double-crested is auratus, meaning eared or crested, referring, like the common name, to that seldom seen pair of tufts on the head. Cormorants are also known as shags in Britain, presumably because of the shaggy head plumes that appear during the breeding season. Also, there are a variety of local vernacular names, such as crow duck, or, for some unknown reason, lawyer. Cormorants eat fish, primarily trash fish, that is, fish with no commercial value, though fishermen once thought otherwise. They catch them by chasing them underwater, descending as deep as 100 feet below the surface. They don't have much protective oil on their feathers, as do ducks, so they have to dry out after dives, and they're often seen with wings spread in the sun and the breeze. There are a couple of other interesting aspects of cormorant lore. On the west coast of South America, the guanay cormorant is one of the chief sources of nitrogen-rich guano, mined in the Peruvian islands since the early 19th century and shipped around the world for fertilizer. In China and Japan, cormorants have been used for fishing for centuries. The technique varies, but basically the fisherman has a dozen or so birds each on a leather tether. The birds have a thong tied around the base of the neck, and the bird goes underwater, catches the fish. The fisherman pulls it aboard, strips the fish from the gullet. The thong about the neck keeps it from swallowing the fish, and then he tosses the bird back into the water again. At the end of the voyage, the fisherman feeds the bird a share of the catch. If you're anywhere near the water today, you'll probably see the double-crested cormorant. Remember, it is not a duck or a goose, but it is from an ancient and large family of very distinctive birds.